Hello out there in virtual land. This is Brace Yourself, ways for parents to support remote learning in math. My name is Bendu Dafina Kaloko, and I am the founder and CEO of Theatrematics. I am so happy that you chose to watch this. Very excited to share some of my suggestions and viewpoints on virtual learning and how parents can really support their children at home. So let's just get started. If you see me looking down, it's because I have notes here. And I wanted to start off with some session goals. I came up with 3. First, I want to share 5 activities. That's right, 5. Just 5. That is more than enough for this session. And I would love to spark a desire for whoever's participating, whoever's watching this, to see culturally relevant application of mathematics. And since I mentioned that, some of us may not be familiar with that terminology. I included a quote here from Gloria Ladson-Billings. She's the one who created the term culturally relevant. She said that it is a pedagogy that empowers students intellectually, socially, emotionally, and politically by using cultural reference to impart knowledge, skills, and attitudes. So I would say, in short, for teachers, when I think of it as I'm thinking of the cultural background of the students, also what's going on in society, history, and incorporating that in the subject and in the lessons so that I can make it engaging, make the subject engaging to students, but also it just builds upon their knowledge and empowers them in amazing ways. So as a parent, you can think of your cultural background and history and even the political climate of today and incorporate that into activities that you're doing at home, which we'll get to because some of my suggestions, they're like culturally relevant. And also just think of your child's generation and what's important to them, which we'll talk about later. So just a little bit about me. I am certified to teach math and theater by New York State. And I've taught high school math for numerous years, everything from pre-algebra to pre-calculus, but I've also taught grade 5 math and grade 7 math. So I'm familiar with that curriculum as well, design curriculum for all of those subjects. I am a strong advocate for arts integration. I believe art should be integrated in all subject areas. And I am a playwright and performing artist as well. And did I say I am the founder and CEO of Theatrematics? I did, but I just thought I'd say it again. So our mission at Theatrematics is to make math accessible and culturally relevant to students through the medium of theater. And basically it's through doing interactive games or just having a approach like simulations or role play, things of that sort, and math and much more. But I'll just leave it at that because time is limited here. So our services, we serve schools as well as youth organizations and parents and students as well directly, which I'll expound upon later. So to start, I would love for you to really think about this question. Like, consider your child's remote learning experience. Like, really think of it from your child's perspective. Like, you've been watching them. Just take a moment. Let's just take a moment to think about how they are going through navigating virtual learning, remote learning. And my question to you is, how would you want to improve your child's experience in regards to remote learning? You can pause the video and think about it, but I'm going to continue. So there's so many concerns regarding virtual learning and remote learning, and some of them are there's numerous hours being spent on the computer. What are the effects of that physically, mentally, and just thinking of the future in regards to their development, right? Also, self-accountability, independent learning, because there's some students who can just hold themselves accountable, have the schedule, do what they need to do, and then there's other students who really need someone to hold them by their hand. So that's an issue, right? As far as they have to independently go to the schedule and monitor themselves, even with the lessons and things of that sort. So those are some concerns as well. And it's draining in many regards, mentally and physically draining, to be on the laptops or whatever device they're using, tablets, for as many hours as they're using now. So that is the context of where the suggestions are coming from for today. My first tip or suggestion is to use board games and non-virtual games, because again, think outside of the screen. I really would suggest board games. If you can't purchase a board game, I would say create one with your child. I've done activities in the classroom where students created games. They came up with math problems, or they used math problems that they had, came up with their own rules. They created a board, so that was a way to integrate arts. It's a really fun activity for a child to create a board game, a math board game. And I have some games that are like, here's one, like 24 game primer. And it's like you would match numbers, like the prime numbers, and factors as well. There's different ways to play with the numbers and matching, and how you arrange the numbers in groups. So again, not on the screen, doing something that's like physical. Fraction bingo. Kids love this. So this is definitely like for elementary. And even games about shopping. Like if you look at the image that I have here, I don't even know if I'm blacking it with this, but let's go shopping. Kids really like playing this as well. But this is a way to go over arithmetic and also real life application, which we'll get to. And the game Equates, I don't have that with me right now, but I love that game. So think of it as Scrabble, but you're basically making sentences, math sentences, algebraically, using tiles on a board, okay? So again, first tip, board games, they're great, or just any kind of manipulative or card game or something that's mathematical that you can play at home. And if you can't buy one, create one. Have your child create one and play it with them. So that's bonding time. It's the goal is to be social, basically. Everything's so virtual, but the goal is to be social with people in the house, or even if they play virtually, it's a social game. If they were to play their game with a classmate or someone, it's still virtual. I mean social. Okay, now next, teacher role play. Children love role playing, especially in elementary school. They love role playing, playing adults, right? So have your child present a lesson to you. They can prepare it and everything, and you're like really the student, and they're teaching it to you. If you have older students, just have them explain it to you as if you don't understand. And some of it you really probably don't understand, right? You may not remember some of the high school lessons after not taking it for decades or however long being outside of high school. So I, as a teacher, would have students teach lessons, and like I would let them know, okay, you're about to teach this topic, and they were prepared and everything. So it was a way for them to demonstrate mastery, and it's processed differently. Like when you have to teach something to someone, you process it differently. So I really suggest role playing, having them really, especially if they're younger, they can dress up like a teacher. It'll be a fun thing for them to do. And Theatrematics, I'm Theatrematics, so of course I'm like, incorporate drama, right? So that's a second suggestion. And I would say for the next one, explore real world application. So find a real world application for math concepts and or skills learned. That is something you can give as a task for your child to do independently. Like, okay, so this is what you're learning. If your teacher, first of all, teachers should be doing that in math, having real world applications, because that question, how does this apply today? How am I going to use this today? Or, I'll never use this in life. So if they feel that it's not being answered, this is a time to get those answers. And definitely present that to you as a parent. What is the application of what they're learning, right? So if they're learning functions, okay, how does this apply to even stock market or something? Like, just think of ways that they could research independently and then just present to you how they found out it really does apply to life. If they're not, getting it in the curriculum already, it's a good thing for them to do. So, all right. So number 4, I entitled it Passion or Hobby Math. And what I mean by that is to think of your passions, your child's passions or hobbies, and how they can explore it mathematically. So let's say your child is into fashion. They can look into the fashion industry, but look into sales, or even if they want to make clothes, like pattern making. There's a lot of math involved in that, right? And designing, scaling, mass production. There's so much you can do with that. And the examples that I gave here were TikTok and YouTube, because there's so much monetizing that occurs in TikTok and YouTube. And again, when you're talking about culturally relevant, we can talk about politically what's going on with TikTok. Even recently, the deal that had to be made in order for TikTok to remain in the States, to remain accessible in the States. Like, let's talk about ethics, right? There's so much, like, depending on how old your child is, you can go really deep into the exploration, looking at YouTube influencers and monetizing and ads and things of that sort. Like, so again, just think of the hobbies, even if it's video games, coding and things of that sort, language. If you don't feel comfortable facilitating it yourself, facilitating the discovery and exploration, you can make it an independent assignment. And this is when virtual approach to exploration is a benefit. When you're using it to empower your child independent of the curriculum that they're being given at school. So that's just a suggestion. That's what I meant by passion or hobby math. And lastly, number 5, we're coming to the end. Pandemic math. Okay, what I mean by pandemic math is that there's so much data out there related to this pandemic. For free, you can go to the CDC website, your state website, so many government websites, right? You see bar graphs everywhere. You see line graphs, scatter plots, pie charts. Please, if the math teacher, if your child's math teacher is not maximizing on this, you maximize on it, okay? And there's even lessons. I have one here, like a picture from the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, NCTM for short. They have like several lessons and activities posted on their website for free. And I'm pretty sure you can find other ones. But again, we want to empower students. So let's talk about social disparities, racially, economically, things of that sort, holistically. We need to have kids really thinking about these things and looking at the numbers to explore. So that's basically the suggestions that I have. And I also wanted to offer our service because we have specific activities pertaining to the suggestions that I made already designed, and you can have access to it. So for parents directly, we provide weekly supplemental activities for children we can have a consultation and you let us know what you want us to provide, and we make it individualized for the student. We have STEAM clinics, which has coding, theater, and creative writing, mathematics, of course, and math tutoring. We offer educational coaching, which involves like organizational skills, public speaking, goal setting, college applications, etc. And of course, use of our app. A lot of the material that we have is through our app. So I just thought it was important to mention that everything that I mentioned today with activities on our app, we already have the activities designed and they can be accessed, and your child could just explore independently. The way that we make it is good for independent exploration, but to share it with you, all the knowledge that they gained. So thank you so much. Now we come to the end. This is our contact information. You can visit our website, www.theatrematics.com. Also, you can shoot us an email, info@theatrematics.com, if you're interested in any of our services or you want more information. On our website, you can subscribe to our newsletter to get updates and also our number. So it was a pleasure. It was. I hope you gained something, an idea, even if it's just one. Just one idea is great. You can go so far with that one idea. And I hope you enjoy this school year. Make the most of it. All right. Bye out there in virtual land.